Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Breaking news for you from the disputed territory between Tigray and Amhara regions. It seems that Ethiopian government has decided to mobilize a military Ethiopian National Defense Force in and around this disputed territory. We have received information from more than one places about new movement of Ethiopian military in this area. I'm talking about Wolkait, Humera, Sagade, Western Tigray. Tigray calls it Western Tigray. Amhara region calls it Wolkait. Amhara region based group say Wolkait is Amhara. Tigray says this is Western Tigray, part of Tigray. So what is happening there? Why is that new convoys of Ethiopian military are arriving in Humera, Wolkait, in North Gondar as well? Details for you in this video. Viewers, we know that last week Tigray and Amhara leaders met. A meeting between the two sides. From Tigray, Getachew was there. From Amhara, the president Erega Kabede was there. Ridwan Hussein, intelligence agency chief, attended the meeting too. And Tamasgan Terone, deputy prime minister, chaired the meeting. Some understandings were reached. Official statement only mentioned the return of IDPs. The two sides agreed to prioritize the return of IDPs who are in Tigray, around 1 million. They want to return to their homes in Wolkait, Somarasag, Koram, Melamata. The statement did not make a mention of any progress made regarding the determination of status of these two zones, southern and western zones. But it was only said that the two sides agreed on prioritizing the return of IDPs, and after that, talks will continue and other issues will also be resolved through dialogue. But it seems that Ethiopian military has decided to beef up its presence, especially in Wolkait. We know that both zones are disputed. Amhara region has claims to both zones, southern and western parts, but I think Amhara region is more entrenched in its claim to Wolkait than to Raya. Amhara region could make concessions about Raya, but not about Wolkait, it seems. And we know that Ethiopian federal government a few weeks ago proposed a solution saying that temporary administration in these two zones should be dismantled. IDPs should return, new administrators should be elected, and then referendum should be held. So this four-state solution was proposed by the federal government. Amhara regional government to some extent accepted the solution. Damake Zadu led administrative setup in Wolkait remained silent, but it has been opposing the return of IDPs. Zaid has been saying that there are those people in the guise of IDPs who are not original inhabitants of Wolkait. Tigray outrightly rejected the idea of referendum. Tigray interim government, Tigray leaders, Tigray military leaders, Desalegn Verde in their talk said that the idea of referendum was not doable in Wolkait. Why? Because referendum can only be approved by regional council. Tigray has no regional council. Regional council formed after election in 2020 was declared null and void by Ethiopian parliament. So federal government's proposal did not receive any positive response from the Tigray side. And then we saw exchange of some hot statements between the two sides. TPLF interim government accused federal government of not implementing Pretoria deal. Federal government accused Tigray that Tigray was still maintaining a standing army of more than 270,000 soldiers. Then talks were held in Addis Ababa, mediated by African Union, US, EU representative were there too. Talks were held no progress made. And after that, one progress was that after that we saw a meeting between Tigray and Amhara leaders, as I mentioned earlier. So now it seems that Ethiopian military has decided to beef up its presence in Humera, Wolkait, Sagade, and to the north of Gondar. More troops, Ethiopian National Defense Force, more troops are arriving by air and by road. By air at Humera Airport, which is operational reportedly. And from there, obviously, the troops are going to be deployed to Humera, Wolkait, Sagade. Troops are arriving in Gondar to secure the road, two roads, Gondar to Dansha, Gondar to two roads linking Gondar with Humera, Wolkait, Sagade. And yesterday and day before yesterday, there was a heavy clash between Fano fighters, North Gondar Fano fighters, and Ethiopian military to the north of Gondar. In Dabbat district, there was heavy clash. North Gondar Fano groups are reactivating themselves. They know that military is making deployments to Humera, Wolkait, Sagade, and Amhara militias in Wolkait, Humera, Sagade could be disarmed. Amhara militias led by Colonel Desalegn could be disarmed. That is why North Gondar Fano groups are now gearing up for a likely fight against Ethiopian National Defense Force. I have been informing you through these videos that North Gondar Fano groups remained largely dormant in the past few weeks, while Gujam Fano, Shoa Fano were fighting against military, heavy battles still being fought in Shoa and Gujam. North Gondar Fano remained silent, but now North Gondar Fano groups are carrying out attacks. They're showing their presence there around Gondar, between Gondar and Sagade, Gondar, and Humera, it seems. Now, what is the purpose of new deployment of Ethiopian military? Question is, does military want to beef up, increase its deployment, or the already deployed ENDF officers, soldiers are going to be replaced? What I have learned is that replacement is also going to be done. Why? Because the military officers deployed to Humera, Wolkait, Sagade, and their officials, it is said that some of them or most of them are from the Amhara ethnic group. Tigray's position is that Amhara officers, Amhara members of Ethiopian National Defense Force deployed to Humera, Wolkait, Sagade should not be in majority. If all the ENDF officers, soldiers deployed to Humera, Wolkait, Sagade are from the Amhara background, they could support the militias there. They could support the administration led by Colonel Desalegn. So what I learned is that Tigray, in its private engagement with the federal government, raised this point that ENDF units in Humera, Wolkait, Sagade should not be predominantly Amhara. Maybe that is why we're seeing large-scale movement of Ethiopian military towards Wolkait. Some existing deployed ENDF members, officers are going to be shifted out of Humera, Wolkait, Sagade. Having said that, it does not mean that military is not beefing up its presence. Yes, military is increasing its presence too. It's increasing its deployment as well in Humera, Wolkait, Sagade. I am mostly talking about Humera, Wolkait, Sagade because whatever is happening in Humera, Wolkait, Sagade. Though both zones are disputed, Humera, Wolkait, Sagade, Raya, Alamata, Koram. But main activity is happening in Wolkait because it's a very strategic area, fertile area, shares border with Sudan, shares border with Eritrea, strategic for both Tigray and Amhara. And It seems now that in coming, we have been hearing, by the way, rumors since yesterday that Ethiopian military is disarming militias in Humera, Wolkait. I could not confirm that. I will share with you once I am able to confirm. Locals, Amhara locals are going to be disarmed as well, not just militia members. Militia members will definitely be disarmed. They'll be told to leave. The administration led by Damascus Zadu will be dismantled. That is what the federal government has announced publicly. But local armed Amharas are going to be disarmed too in Humera, Wolkait, and reportedly, ENDF is working on a plan to disarm local Amharas. Militia members could be disarmed too. Now, here, Colonel Damakis Zadu's role is very crucial. What will he do? Will he stay quiet? He is silent. He has not said a word so far since the meeting between Araga Kabbede and Getachew. Yesterday, we heard from some Tigrayan activists that Damakis Zadu had rejected the idea of referendum. But I am waiting for confirmation from the horse's mouth, from some reliable sources. We're waiting for Damakis Zadu. What will he do? Which position will he take? His administration is going to be dismantled. Will he stay in close, maybe secret coordination with Ethiopian National Defense Force, or will he call for support from Gondar, from Amhara? If you remember, more than a year ago, when Damakis Zadu felt threatened that he was going to be told to leave Wolkait, he issued a message. He asked all people in Amhara region to support Damakis Zadu administration in Wolkait. So far, no such message from Damakis Zadu. So people are questioning his loyalties with Amhara people. Some say that the man seems to have stuck an alliance with Ethiopian National Defense Force. Some say that no, he's waiting for the right time. But we're waiting for his official, his personal public position about the new developments in Humera, Wolkait. So this is what we have learned from Wolkait. Coming days crucial. We'll have to monitor North Gondar too. We'll have to monitor North Gondar to Humera to Dansha roads too. We'll have to monitor what is happening in Wolkait, Humera, Sagade. Do stay in touch with me. If you're from the area, if you have people there, if you have relatives there, do stay in touch, get in touch with me so that we can keep the viewers updated. By the way, several rumors are being spread. Amhara activists, pro-Fano elements are spreading rumors about TDF's attack in potential attack in Wolkait. They said TDF is going to be brought. ENDF is working in collaboration with TDF. I don't agree. I've been saying that TDF does not want to involve itself in Humera, Wolkait. It wants ENDF to do the job. It wants ENDF to secure the area. It does not want to involve. I am not aware of any TDF mobilization movement towards Humera, Wolkait. But now this issue is going to test the efforts being made to create alliance between Tigray and Fano. Some diaspora organizations, members have been busy trying to bring the two sides together. But now the key issue is unfolding, and that is Wolkait. This issue is going to test the efforts being made to create some sort of understanding between TDF and Fano groups. Thank you for watching.